The title of today's story is The Puppeteers Game. In the bustling city of New York, Detective Alex Thompson found himself embroiled in a twisted game of cat and mouse with a notorious serial killer known as the Puppeteer. The city was gripped with fear as the bodies of his victims were discovered, each one gruesomely staged like macabre works of art. Detective Alex Thompson stood in the dimly lit crime scene, his eyes scanning the macabre display before him. The lifeless body of the latest victim, artfully posed like a marionette, hung suspended from the ceiling. The room was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the soft sound of his own footsteps. "Another twisted masterpiece," Alex muttered under his breath, snapping pictures of the crime scene. He felt a mix of revulsion and fascination, knowing that every detail held a clue, a piece of the puzzle that would lead him closer to the puppeteer. As he examined the meticulously crafted scene, his partner, Detective Sarah Ramirez, joined him. Sarah was a seasoned investigator, her sharp intuition and unwavering determination making her an invaluable asset to the case. "What do we have here, Alex?" Sarah asked, her voice tinged with a hint of unease. "It's the puppeteer's work, no doubt about it," Alex replied, his eyes scanning the room once more. "Look at the precision, the way the body is suspended, the strings almost invisible." Sarah shook her head, her face etched with concern. "This guy's playing with us, leaving us breadcrumbs. We need to catch him before he strikes again." Days turned into weeks, and the city remained gripped by fear as the puppeteer continued his deadly game. With each new crime scene, the clues grew more intricate, the puppeteer's taunting messages etched into the victim's flesh. Detective Alex Thompson pored over the evidence board in his office, connecting the dots that would lead him to the elusive puppeteer. The string of murders had left the city in a state of fear and chaos, and he was determined to bring an end to the killer's reign of terror. Hours turned into days as Alex tirelessly analyzed the crime scenes, searching for the slightest hint, the tiniest shred of evidence. He combed through the victims' backgrounds, searching for any connections or patterns that could lead him to the puppeteer's identity. Then, a breakthrough. Among the grisly scenes, Alex discovered a recurring symbol, a small, delicate puppet on a red background, left subtly at each crime scene. It was the puppeteer's signature mark. With renewed determination, Alex delved deeper into the world of symbolism and art, seeking to unravel the meaning behind the puppeteer's twisted creations. He consulted with experts, poring over ancient texts, and immersing himself in the study of puppetry and its historical significance. One day, while visiting an obscure museum specializing in puppetry, Alex stumbled upon an old forgotten document. It detailed the legend of a puppeteer who had used his craft to exact revenge on those he believed had wronged him. The similarities between the legend and the puppeteer's crimes were uncanny. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Alex traced the legend back to a small, secluded town on the outskirts of the city, a place shrouded in mystery and folklore. He ventured into the town, his eyes scanning the quiet streets, searching for any clue that could lead him to the puppeteer's lair. It was in an antiquated library that Alex discovered a hidden compartment within an old book. Inside, he found a series of journal entries penned by an anonymous writer, chronicling their descent into madness and obsession with manipulating life like puppets. The entries hinted at a connection between the puppeteer and an abandoned puppet theater on the edge of town, a place long forgotten. Its grandeur faded into disrepair. It was there that Alex believed he would find the elusive killer. As he cautiously stepped inside the decaying theater, a sense of foreboding washed over him. The air was thick with the scent of dust and decay, and the floor creaked beneath his weight. Dim light filtered through broken windows, casting eerie shadows across the once grand stage. With each step, Alex discovered remnants of the puppeteer's presence, a discarded puppet string, a faded photograph of a family, and scraps of handwritten notes scattered across the floor. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place. In the theater's hidden depths, Alex stumbled upon a secret room, a twisted workshop filled with meticulously crafted puppets, each bearing an uncanny resemblance to the victims. It was the puppeteer's lair, a place where his malevolent creations came to life. The final clue lay within an old puppet's chest, locked tight. With trembling hands, Alex pried it open, revealing a trove of photographs, news clippings, and a chilling manifesto. The pieces of the puppeteer's twisted past and motivations were unveiled, confirming his dark obsession with manipulation and control. Heart pounding, Alex realized the truth. He had been led here to this moment, guided by the puppeteer's clues, manipulated like a pawn in a grand macabre game. The puppeteer had anticipated his every move, setting the stage for their inevitable confrontation. As he stood in the dimly lit room, the hairs on the back of Alex's neck stood on end. He knew that the puppeteer was near, watching, waiting to revel in their ultimate confrontation. The air crackled with a sense of impending doom. Suddenly, a voice dripping with malevolence echoed through the room. "Welcome, Detective Thompson. I've been expecting you." Alex's grip tightened around his gun as he prepared for the final showdown. The puppeteer emerged from the shadows, a wicked smile etched on his face, the embodiment of twisted control. "Now let's play," the puppeteer hissed, his voice a sick melody. "A game of life and death where I hold the strings." With that, the battle of wits and wills erupted, each move and countermove a calculated dance. The puppeteer reveled in his power, toying with Alex's mind, exploiting his fears and weaknesses. But Alex, fueled by his unwavering resolve and the weight of justice on his shoulders, fought back. He matched the puppeteer's twisted mind games with his own brand of cunning, refusing to succumb to the killer's sadistic control. In a moment of reckoning, as the puppeteer lunged forward with a knife, Alex's instincts kicked in. He sidestepped the attack, seizing the opportunity to disarm his adversary. The struggle that followed was fierce, their bodies crashing against the backdrop of the puppet theater. With one final burst of strength, Alex overpowered the puppeteer, pinning him to the ground. The room fell into a heavy silence, the battle reaching its climactic end. As Alex handcuffed the defeated killer, he couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and satisfaction. The puppeteer's reign of terror had come to an end, and the city could begin to heal. But as he looked into the puppeteer's eyes, a glimmer of madness remained, a spark of unfinished symphony. "You think this is over?" the puppeteer whispered, a haunting smile tugging at his lips. "There are others like me, waiting in the wings." Doubt flickered in Alex's mind, knowing that the puppeteer's twisted legacy would forever linger. The battle against darkness would continue, each victory only a brief respite. And so, as he walked away from the puppet theater, Alex vowed to remain ever Vig,